And Tony La Russa has come out of the Chicago dugout to argue with Hirschbeck. Barnett also there, as well as Fisk. Tolleson comes in to eavesdrop. And we're looking at the television replay. It only hit his bat one time, and perhaps they're saying that it hit Fisk's arm, which is really not determinable from seeing the television replay. But Fisk reaching his left arm out to chase the ball and came off the ground, and it appears that either Hirschbeck or Barnett felt that it brushed against Fisk's arm while he was in foul territory, and the ball was in foul territory, thus making it a foul ball. At any rate, that's what they called it, a foul ball. So the count to Lynn is 0-1. Now, if Freddie hits a home run on this, we may have another argument. Ball ended up about maybe 16 feet up the third baseline. Freddie was an easy out. 2 down in the 7th. The game tied at 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Benitez. Called a strike in the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 2 out and nobody on. Benitez didn't like that call and frowned at Hirschbeck. Hirschbeck now walks out to the plate and dusts it off, and now he's face-to-face with Carlton Fisk and talking about something. I don't know what they're talking about. He called the pitch a strike. And Fisk is having a rather lengthy discussion with. Now Fisk takes his mask off and turns around, and he is hollering at Hirschbeck. And now Hirschbeck takes his mask off, and they're hollering at each other. Here comes Tony La Russa, and he pushes Fisk away, and La Russa will get involved in the argument. Larry Barnett comes in from first base, also to tell Carlton to get out of there. Fisk was ejected from a game here last year after being involved in numerous arguments with the plate umpire. Fisk walks out toward the mound. Now he comes all the way back. He's back in the discussion now with La Russa. The Carlton is talking with La Russa. And it looks like La Russa turned to Fisk and said, "All right, is everything all right?" Fisk said yes. And now La Russa goes back to the dugout. The count to Benitez, 1 ball, 1 strike. The funny thing was, the arguing started after the pitch was called a strike. All right, 1-1 the count. Meanwhile, McCune has not thrown any warm-up pitches during that discussion. He winds and throws to Benitez. A drive down the right field line, slicing into the corner, and foul back out of play. He's waving his hands in the air, whatever that means. Sounds like he means a foul ball. The Orioles feel like the ball hit Tolleson out in front of the plate when he was out of the batter's box. Now Dempsey's into a very heated argument with Barnett, and here comes Earl Weaver to get involved. If the ball hit Tolleson after he was out of the batter's box, then he should be called out. Now Weaver is going face-to-face with Barnett, the two of them walking up the first baseline. And now Murray turns to Eddie Murray and wants Eddie to tell Barnett what Eddie saw. Of course, Murray right alongside Barnett. The ball bounced out in front of the plate, and then Tolleson started to first. The ball came up and hit him right in the midsection. And if he was out of the batter's box, then he is out. Well, Weaver and Murray in a heated discussion with Barnett. Rocky Rowe and Nick Bremigan will also get involved. All 4 of the umpires are over there now. And Bremigan is telling Murray to leave the argument, while Weaver is still very heated with Barnett. We're looking at the television replay. It looked like that when Tolleson got hit in the midsection by that ball, he was standing directly in front of home plate, meaning he would be out of the batter's box and should have been called out. Now, the plate umpire, Hirschbeck, either just didn't see it or just didn't want to call it, because he never said anything about it. And it was Barnett from first base who came charging down the line, waving his hands in the air. The kind of a wave you'd make if you're saying, wait, hold on, hold everything. And what he was meaning by all that apparently was no foul ball. Well, Barnett starts to walk away from Weaver, and Weaver follows him up the first baseline, past first base now. And they're still going at it rather heatedly, while Murray is having a discussion with the other three umpires, trying to explain his point. And Weaver is really upset with Barnett and refuses to accept the ruling here. Meanwhile, up in the press box area, they're showing the replay over and over and over again. And from the center field camera, it looks apparent that it struck him right in the midsection, right when he was standing directly out in front of home plate. And the batter's box does not encompass the home plate area. Either in front or behind or in home plate area. And at any rate, in fairness to the umpires, it's a difficult call to make. We have the advantage of watching it in very super slow motion. The fact is, the count is 1 strike to Patterson. Weaver goes back to the dugout. And jumps the right out pitch. Line drive, base hit left field. It's hit hard. Charging in is Nichols. He gloves it. Young rounding third, heading home. Here comes a throw. Going to be close. He slides. He's safe. He's safe. The Orioles have won it. And Fisk jumps to his feet to argue. Bonilla there to argue, and La Russa out of the dugout to argue. But the Orioles are celebrating. They have won it 4-3. And they're high-fiving it with Lacey on the infield. Young with a head-first dive, just barely beating the throw from Nichols, who has a very strong arm. And Earl Weaver is out of the dugout. And to congratulate Lee Lacey, and it's an Oriole victory in impressive fashion, just like old times. Lacey heading to the dugout and having to pass by a parade of his teammates as La Russa still at home plate arguing with Hirschbeck and Larry Barnett. Fisk had the ball before Young got there, but he was a bit wide of home plate and had to bring the tag back across his body, and Hirschbeck ruled that he was a bit late. Enough late to give the Orioles a victory. So quite a night here at the ballpark, and Lacey, the fans want Lacey to come out and take a bow. The television replay was an extremely close play at home plate that won it for the Orioles, but it does appear that Mike Young, who did not seem to get a great jump on that base hit, just got his hand on home plate before Carlton Fisk took the throw and got the tag on. Now the Orioles... The television replay, anyway, that as Young's fingertips were touching the corner of the plate, Fisk was just then about to tag him, meaning that Young indeed was safe, as if there was any doubt in the hearts of the 16,000 plus assembled at Memorial Stadium.